your eyes on me. Keep your eyes on me. Keep your eyes on me. Keep your eyes on me. Bello on the bello on the
Ready? Yeah. Yo, what's going on? I'm Jay. There's no B today. This is a special episode, a different episode. We got my man from In the Zone pod. This is a Lit Logic In the Zone collaboration.
Sure. We always in the building.
Yeah, so shout out to Santos. Couldn't make it. B couldn't make it because it's really just because of the topic that we talking about today.
Like battles like that.
Yeah, so both of our co-hosts aren't into battle rap like that, so we've been wanting to do an episode on both of our podcasts for a while now. We just wasn't able to do it because both of our co-hosts don't really fuck with battle rap like that, so we just decided to just do a collab and just do it this way. So, for my podcast, this is episode 88. So, for those that don't know, it was like a week or so ago, URL did the band battle. The card was crazy.
The card was super crazy. And it was like last minute. It was like super last minute. I think everybody on the card had like 5 days prep.
Yeah.
So
You think that's a lot of time for these guys?
That's the thing for me. Like, I feel like you only doing one round. I feel like 5 days for a professional battle rapper is more than enough time. Like,
that's what
I never understood why, like, when they be like, they write their rounds and they be like, oh, we only got 3 weeks. And I'm like, they take you that long. I don't battle rap, so maybe it's a lot of shit I don't know that going to them rounds. I mean, they could be saying some of the most amazing shit on the face of the earth for battle rap, but
maybe it's not even just like the writing down, it's just getting your performance right, your angles right, all the other stuff. Because it is a performance, so
it is
5 days is. I mean, a lot of guys came prepared, and there's quite a few that didn't come prepared. Man, we gonna get into that. We gonna get into that, but we just going. We just gonna break them down because they were only 1 round battles, which it's crazy. I don't think it's ever been done. A card with this many people with just 1 round battles. I've never seen it.
It's been called. It's like Dre Dennis do Gates of the Garden, but they don't have. This was like what 12, 13 battles on a card. You talking about some of the biggest stars. Up and coming stars, but then you got some of the biggest stars or some of the vets that's been out for a minute. So it almost looked like a little like mini rookie versus vets, but like with 1 rounders. Yeah. Which I kind of know.
You gotta put a lot in that first round because it's only 1 round.
It's only 1 round, so yeah, I'm
crazy. I honestly just thought that something was up because I caught the tail end of this. I didn't hear about it till after the fact. And when I was watching the battles, I'm just like, wait, what's going on?
Like the rounds on.
I'm like, this is 1 round. Then they finally click. I'm like, oh, he only doing 1 round. I'm like, okay, cool, But I've been in and out of the rap battle scene. I've been like far back as Serious Jones and them.
So that's a classic, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, back with them days on the MTV.
Sheesh. See, I've been a battle rap fan so long, bro. Like, I remember them niggas used to be on the corners battling Tech 9, fucking T-Rex. That's how long them niggas was. T-Rex and them. Fucking NH, Frankie with the Grippers Gone. All of them, like, shit, I remember that Mook and J Mills battle. They was outside. Yeah, like, but I always been a battle rap fan for the longest. Like,
I don't know why there's any speculation.
Yeah. He smoked the shit out of me.
That was bad.
Mook, that's what Mook was Mook though back then.
Yeah,
So
that
I
was
get
bad.
how people try to, but it's like
That was back when the camera quality was trash. Like,
I mean, it was good to us then.
yeah, but y'all look at
You
that
look
shit
like
now.
shit,
I was
like,
like, damn,
how the fuck was I watching?
I was even watching this. All right, but we gonna go through the rounds and you know, say who won and any good bars or anything. So first one I got up here is Mike P versus Geechee Gotti. That shit was bad for a one rounder. Geechee came with some real heat.
You talking about some shit getting dark? Talking about some shit. This nigga Geechee was talking to Mike P like a child, dog. I ain't gonna lie. In fairness to Mike P, he had a little bit of shit.
Mm-hmm.
He had some shit in his round, yo. I feel like I was watching it and I'm like, bro, he had some nice bars in his round.
He wasn't getting the crowd
reaction.
Like how,
but Geechee went first and took the crowd from me. That's why he wasn't getting no reaction. It was just Geechee round was, bro.
He was already in the dirt before he could say anything. Like, it's gonna be hard when you in this battle rap shit and you got that type of dirt on you. You know what I mean? It's gonna be hard to try to fight back.
Nah, that's a fact. So for the people who don't know, obviously people who gonna watch this, obviously gonna be battle rap fans.
Mm-hmm.
For the people who don't know, I'll give a little backstory. I'm a battle rap enthusiast. Like, I follow this shit. I follow these niggas on Twitter. I make sure I'm always updated.
You be arguing with niggas on Twitter and everything.
I was arguing with Shotgun Suge one time on Twitter and shit. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I follow this shit religiously, dog. So Mike P, he battled, I want to say how many battles ago? It don't matter. He battled Ryder. And basically Ryder exposed that Mike P's now, I guess, fiance or whatever. Mm-hmm. At the time, this is girlfriend, but he exposed that Mike P girlfriend. He basically fucked Mike P girlfriend, right? Mm-hmm. And I guess, I don't know if she lied about it or whatever the case may be, but essentially, long story short, Mike P girlfriend, who he date now, is essentially fucking battle rappers. And he took a crazy angle. And his second round against Mike P, Ryder did. Shit was fire. It was fire. That shit was fire. He got crazy on Mike P. But ever since then, like, niggas will use that angle. Yeah. And it's kind of like karma. I don't know if you watched the battle, but when Mike P battled Danny Myers, he had first of all, fire ass round though. He had a whole round last year about Danny Myers' wife doing drugs. She used to be a drug addict. He had a whole second round, probably one of the rounds of the year though. Shit was fire. I ain't gonna hold. I ain't gonna watch that shit again. I ain't seen that battle.
Check it out.
But nah, so right after that, that's when Ryder had the second round, and like, the way Mike P handled it is the way it's the reason it's gonna continue to be a fucking effective ass angle. Cause usually when you get that kind of shit, somebody drop an angle on somebody and then they'll kind of like address it and then address it in a way to where it's like, all right, niggas, the fans don't really want to hear that angle. But because of the way Mike P was kind of like emotional about it on Twitter and arguing with niggas and he be getting emotional about it, I think it still fucking worked.
Yeah, once you get somebody like that and the way you react to it, especially in this battle rap shit, it's basically you dig yourself in a hole. Because now you just, every time you rap, like every time you battle somebody, you already know that it's going to, eventually get bought up and how you handle it. So that's like that dude, what's his name? That was lying, made up a fake group chat and all that other shit. I forget his name. With twerking them.
You talking about
I forget your name. But
you talking about Rome DMV?
Yeah.
When he faked his death. You talking about somebody else?
No, he was he faked a group chat, basically trying to shit on Twerk and some other battle rapper. I forget who it was.
Prep.
Yeah. I couldn't remember his name. I couldn't remember his name.
Yo, I forgot all about that shit. He did that weird shit. Damn,
yeah, but now, bitch, you can't even probably do no battles no more because you did that weird shit. Because you already know that's going to be the first thing. It's going to be crazy, yo.
It's going to be crazy. But it's always about, I just seen niggas get out of like crazy shit. Like, I remember when T-Top battled Arsenal, Arsenal came with like a fucking video of T-Top baby mom giving head and some shit.
Right.
But the rebuttal T-Top had for that shit, bro, it was so fire. It was like, He just took the crowd from him, and it's like nobody ever tried to use that angle again. Ever again. It's like it's always how you address the angle, bro.
That go back to the Mike P shit. If you would address it a little bit differently, the rebuttal for the angle could have been a lot better. But
and it's crazy. He done have like 3-4 battles to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like obviously against Rob, you don't know the angle coming. Mm-hmm. But after that next battle, you gotta put that like that gotta be the primary of one of your rounds, like addressing what he said about your girl. Mm-hmm. And then everything else after you get that, you still gonna always get it. Like niggas still go come at K-Shine about getting his ass grabbed. That shit happened damn near a decade ago. They didn't say a little bar about it, but it's like that shit don't hit no more. And it's like they'll still say it in a bar, but it's like it won't be as
that's like
effective because
Cassidy with the car crash shit. When people try to use that, I'm like, come on, bro, that was
facts. Yo, battle rap is a ruthless place.
It is. Do not bring
you
your feelings.
Motherfucker, yo, do not bring your feelings,
yo. It ain't gonna work for you.
It ain't gonna work for you. I could, bro. Do not watch battle rap, bro.
Oh man, next one we got JC. I'm sorry.
So basically, we both had. Wow. So
yeah.
Both had Geechee. I'm not saying though. You gotta say it like over.
If y'all didn't catch on, we got Geechee winning that round. But next one is JC versus Real Sick. I felt like Real Sick didn't bring enough. Like he could have brought like a little bit more energy to that battle. Like JC did his thing. He was a little bit more consistent with that one round. And if I had to give it to somebody, I'd probably just give a slight edge to JC.
That would have been one of them battles. It's crazy. I think a couple of these battles are going to turn into 3-rounders.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been one of them battles I wanted to see 3 rounds.
Yeah. Because one round, I don't think kind of did that.
Because I feel like Sick is an angler too.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it take him time sometimes to like kind of like really heat up. Because I thought the beginning of his round was it was kind of dry.
Right.
But once he got to like the middle of the end, he started heating up a little bit. The problem was JC. It's just JC.
Yeah,
he
just came out the gate with the
punching and like that setting to me is definitely small room settings for JC.
Mm-hmm.
It's perfect for him because like he's a heavy lyricist. Every bar means something, double, triple entendres when he rapping. So it's like the small room settings is he hard to beat in them settings because of how
a lot of different like artists, battle rappers, they thrive in certain environments. Some thrive more in the big crowd than some thrive in the smaller, like how JC do. Like, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
But the thing is, I really feel like, all right, so if you thrive more in a big crowd, I really think going to a small room is easier as opposed to vice versa. Because the reason why I don't think JC a bigger star is, to me, he can't fucking perform.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have enough voice projection and honestly believability. Like, that matters in battle rap for whatever reason, because all them niggas be lying.
A lot of them, yeah, true.
But I think that's why. So it's like somebody like Surf can still go and rock a small room, but like it'd be hard for JC to go in front of 2,000 people and rock a stage like Surf could. Like Surf can go in a small room and do what JC do. His pen not gonna be as crazy, but Surf do enough to where it's like, but he do vice versa.
He brings the angles and all that other shit.
Yeah, he perform. It's like he understands it's a performance. So like you got the people who are like super pen heavy, where it's like they always getting all y'all care about is performance, but it's like that's a part of the show. Like that's a part of delivery, performing your bars out, like projection, all that shit matters when you battling.
Yeah,
like, it's a lot of attributes that go into battle rap that some of the battles don't really take into account. But I don't think JC even cared. He just pen heavy. But I had JC winning that one.
Yeah, I had him winning.
I think it's a good battle. I had JC winning it though.
All right, next one we got.
Waited for it all.
Yeah, I don't think so. Next one we got Chess versus Jackboy Maine.
This is my favorite battle.
This one was a good battle because they both bought the energy and everything. I just got to just edge them with the last few lines. I'm just like, damn.
He just had Jackboy just had a little bit more,
Yeah.
He just had a little bit more, all the fucking performance. But like, I ain't gonna lie, I really be feeling like The band setting is made for Jack Boy, man, yo. Every time you get in them settings, he go crazy.
Right.
He go crazy. Chest to chest. Chest to chest.
Yeah, but I felt like Chess kind of took it a little. He rolled into it a little slow, and then got into it like.
Nah, I liked his. He opened up with the Oh, they got Jack versus Jack, which is the
Yeah,
call him Jack.
Yeah, the name flips was crazy.
So that first like 8 bars, I was like, she opened up with that, and then like I agree with you, he did kind of like slow down, and then he started getting into some heavier shit towards the end of the round.
Yeah.
But I could just tell he came there for like, it's a 1-rounder.
Yeah, he just.
I'm gonna be me, but I want to have a little fun. Whereas Jack Boy still trying to be on a rise. Like, right now, Chess gonna be the next face of URL. He been out. It's crazy how young Chess is too. That nigga been out probably like 6 years.
Man, like
6, 7 years. 22.
Yeah.
23. Like he was battling them niggas on the stage at 16, 17.
That's crazy, yeah.
So it's like, it's crazy. He definitely gonna be the face of URL going forward. But he really starting to like hit his prime now. That nigga's dangerous. But as far as that battle, that fucking what was the shit that boy had in his round?
That shit where he like get
some shit like that.
Yeah, he was like, yo, go from Lewis 30 to Doc. How do we say that? Yo, that shit was crazy.
Yo, that shit was really crazy, dog.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he got that one, man.
I think that was the best battle. That was the battle. It was like, all right, you gotta make that 3 rounds.
Yeah, that one I would love to see.
You gotta make that.
Yeah, 3 rounds. So
hopefully, the energy they both gonna bring. Like, you gotta make that.
Yeah, hopefully with some of these guys that were together on this card. Like they bring them back to do like a 3-rounder. So, but yeah, I got Jack Lemay winning that one.
Yeah, I got it back.
All right, so next one we got T-Top versus E. Kennedy. This one was good. I like this one. I like a lot of T-Top's rebuttals and all that other stuff because I think he went second if I'm.
He did.
Yeah, he went second and stuff. So every dude was bringing some heat.
He did.
He was bringing some hit with the light changes and all that other shit.
Like, yeah, bro, the little light shit. Like she said, the white shit. Don't walk to the white light.
Yeah, like that shit. That angle was crazy,
bro. So if y'all ain't watched it yet, well, obviously y'all probably ain't watched it yet. He ain't dropped it yet. But yeah, he had like
it. I got the hook up, so I'll let him.
He put me on. He like the scheme where like what he was saying was going with the lights. Yeah. So the shit was fire.
Yeah, that was a crazy angle with T-Top.
This is what T-Top
is different.
T-Top my favorite battle rapper. This is what he do. Like that fucking he said you doing all this. This is the only thing I was afraid of was the blue and whites up.
The way he flipped that whole shit.
Oh my god. Oh my god, bro.
Yeah, we been doing all this shit with these lights. The only thing I was afraid of was the blue and white light. Bro, that shit was crazy.
That shit was crazy, bro. That shit was crazy. Alright, only T-Top getting up out of that, bro.
Yeah.
Only he just like the master, like just getting out of some shit.
His rebuttal shit is crazy. And he had to do that in there because he didn't know he was going to do that whole light shit. So this is him throwing shit in there along with what he wrote down. It was like, it's just crazy.
Nah, that was a good ass battle. Bro, I don't know if I really super picked it. I had to watch that again.
It's tough. It's tough.
I feel like it was super
close. Real close. It's real close. But I'm going to give the edge to T-Top just because of how he rebutted. Like, that's my only thing. Like, if he had a rebuttal for that, it could have gone either way. But since he did rebuttal that and the way he rebutted that, I'm going to give him the slight edge on that one.
I ain't mad at that. Off of first watch, I'll probably give it to T-Top. Because, like, when I think about the battle, the things I remember that happened in the battle came from T-Top. But EK was fire. Like, when you evaluate the entire rounds and I go back, I don't know if I'm going to have the same winner, but...
Yeah, you see, man.
I probably do.
You gotta watch him a couple times. There's sometimes you miss some shit. You're like, damn, he really said some crazy shit. Yeah, but I'm gonna give T-Top that one. So the next one is None versus Rum Nitty. This was a good one too. None surprised me in this one.
Bro, like a motherfucker.
Like he surprised me in this one, man.
You go, Nitty is an alien, dog.
Nitty always bring that energy. So
he just, bro, like at the rate he punch at be crazy, and like it's not even his setups be punches. I mean, but bro, Nitty is an alien. Like that burpee line he had.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
It was fire,
yeah, that shit
bro.
was crazy.
But I don't know, bro. Nothing really just. You could tell he just wanted it more. Like he just.
He just wasn't gonna let Rum come in there and just do whatever. He was gonna have some shit to say. So
it was one of them things where it was like that was an opportunity for him
because
like the odds of him standing in front of Nitty right now with his stop, the odds of him standing in front of Nitty is gonna be slim. But like to get a chance to stand in front of him on the band. Like just get a round off of him, you could tell it meant a lot more to him than it did to Nitty. So like, I feel like Nitty has some shit, but I honestly like it's something I have to go back and watch. So Nitty always got that shit. I'm like, you missing this shit. Yeah, he punched so crazy. Some shit to go over your head. But
I definitely gotta watch.
Off first watch, I had Nana. I feel like Nana brought more energy. He just had a little bit more for me, dog. It's a debatable battle though.
Yeah, it's definitely a good win.
That's a win for Nana anyway.
Right.
Because you have a debatable with Nitty.
Yeah. Especially you being who you are and trying to, make a name for yourself. So I'm gonna have to probably go the same route. I feel like Nana really brought, some real fire against a real tough competitor. So but we'll see. It might change after I listen to it a couple, more times. But
Nitty just an alien. I think the thing with Nitty too now is like he battled so much to where like I don't even know if the crowd be super locked into him like they used to be. Because there's some shit where I feel like he could have got more reaction for the shit he was saying. But like you battled so much, it's like come on, bro, you gotta kind of, cause you just a puncher. That's the thing with punches, bro. Like a nigga like Geechee. You're not gonna get tired of Geechee because Geechee talk. You're not gonna, you feel me? He battle a lot, it's cool, but when punchers battle a lot, it's like there's only but so many punches you can write up that quick. There is crazy.
There is a thing as over punching.
That's a fact.
Every single thing can't be.
Fans get tired of it.
Every single thing can't be a punch. There's got to be a build up.
Got to be like asking. I ain't gonna lie, people be wanting substance. That's what I'm saying. Like when you battle a lot, like Nitty was the last couple years, it's like all you doing is straight. Like that's literally his slogan. Like the fans, I'm gonna punch you so much, the fans gonna be yelling, "Get off the ropes!" Like, but it's like after a while, it's like. All right.
Yeah, man. Like I like punches. I like the punches. Me personally, I like punches to be like built up. Like it gets more of a wow factor out of it. But if you're just constantly just throwing punches, like it's kind of hard to like dissect a lot of the stuff because it's just constant.
It's constant. Like you have to go back to judge his battles. You got to go back and watch them. You got to go back and be like, all right, what does this mean? What does that mean? Let me really listen. Like bro. It's like, I like watching them kind of battlers, but sometimes when you're watching a battle, like you can be distracted or you're not as locked in, and you might miss a lot. And that could have been the case with that battle because like they didn't react to. But like I said, when you're a puncher, fans get tired of that shit, bro. Like fans really do get tired of it. They shouldn't. That's why like Av kind of like plateaued because he's a puncher. He punched heavy too, and it's like, but nobody punched the level as Nitty. But like you gotta be able, not everybody can just get over and just punching. Nitty one of the few who can really do it. Conceded with 1-2. But it's like
he was another one that over punched.
But see, Conceded came with a little bit more too though. Conceded had jokes back when he was battling and shit. But Av was another. He just punched. It's like y'all don't do nothing else. It's like, and Nitty one of my favorites. But it's like, all right, bro, come on, give me a little bit. Like a lot of my favorites, he one of my favorites. A lot of my like top favorites, they do a little bit of everything, including the one. What is it?
We'll get to that. Piss me off.
Any from the time, he killing me, dog.
That's the crazy thing, because that's the next one that's up.
That's the next battle that's up.
That's the next
battles on that card before we get to that battle. Yeah. We gotta do that one last.
You gotta do it last. Hey, fuck it. We'll do it last. All right, so. Next one we got on here is Ryder versus Shotgun Suge.
Ryder clear. It ain't really nothing. Suge couldn't even get this material like that.
Yeah, it's choking, man. Like shit. Like come on, Jersey was looking real bad on this card, yo.
Shaking.
Like this shit. Being from Jersey, that shit has pissed me off. Y'all can't be going out there representing us like that. Like, come on, y'all gotta do better. And Shotgun came with some shit.
He had some shit.
Like he had some shit, but he just couldn't get it out.
He lost, bro. When he started, I ain't gonna lie, I never let shotgun shit like that. It was like when he was first coming out, he was like up and down. He used to choke a lot, and then he had like a run for a few years where like he kind of like I ain't like kind of won me over. I'm like, oh nah, Shelby had some shit. He like that. Yeah. He can perform, that, entertain, and watch. And then I think he was like sick for a little while. Then he like started doing his little weight loss journey and shit. He did lose weight and shit. So he had battled in like a minute, and then now I guess he's starting to really get back. I was just like, this ain't it. Because the last couple times I saw him, I was like, this ain't really it. And he just stumbled through the whole round. He lost me, bro. I ain't gonna lie. He just stumbled through the whole round. And Ryder low-key fire. I don't know what. Ryder just don't battle enough.
Yeah, he don't.
Ryder been fire since he came out. He just don't. Like he'll come out.
Gotta get
every year he had one of them performances where I'm like, bro, like, I ain't just stock out.
Yeah, he gotta get out there more. But like I said, like once you start choking, it's an automatic L to me.
I don't think he choked though.
He did.
He was. So what you classify as a choke?
Bro, if you going on more than 30 seconds without getting your shit together, I can say that. Cause bro, that's 30, especially in that type of venue where it's just quiet, and nobody saying it, and 30 seconds go by and you not saying nothing, and you going over through stuff in your head trying to get it, and then you try to start, but then you can't finish, and then you try to go back and restart, like, nah, like, he's...
Yo, you know what's crazy, bro? If you would have asked me 6-7 years ago, I would agree with you.
Right.
And that's what the old battle rap was. Like our battle rappers back then didn't choke like that.
Right.
So it was kind of like when you choke, you was stumbling choke Tom. Like battle was like, nah, Tom, Tom, nope. Cut him off. But now I don't really classify that as a choke.
Bro, I can see if you restart your angle. Or you get
he stumbled he was going and he finally got good.
Bro, but he was up there for like a good minute trying to get that shit together. Like I can see if you stumbled a little bit, but he was up there for a while. I'm like, nah, this nigga ain't going out like how what you call it.
Yeah, nigga slide down on the chokes because it'd be like not slide on the chokes, but I be feeling like if you get through the round, or if you fight through the round, it's like all right, you stumbled bad for me.
Yeah, you could. I could, let a stumble, go by. But once you start,
but even after that, he just couldn't get through his shit clean. Like,
then he was doing it again.
Words and shit, and like, that's a clear loss for sure.
Clear loss. He was saying once he got together, he was saying some shit, but
he a little bit shit, but it was like,
but it was already you fumbled.
Bro, when you stumble and shit like that should take a lot of steam out your round, yo. Yeah. That's all we like. Like I barely want to hear you anymore. Yeah. Like, all right, I don't know shit.
I've seen some people that do it and then come back. So
clips.
Clip.
That's
it. But yeah, once you start stumbling and that second guessing start coming in,
when you battle service.
He got that. That was a clear battle for Ryder. All right, next one we got B-Dot versus Kid Chaos. This one was kind of hard for me to judge because this is my first time hearing both of them. So
I ain't gonna lie, bro, some news fest. Because them niggas, neither one of them niggas are performers. Like for whatever reason, Kid Chaos think he a good performer.
I wasn't getting that from him.
Or he's a right like super pen heavy. Mm-hmm. Like the shit they be saying, him and B-Dot, they super pen heavy. I really didn't pick the winner for this game.
Yeah, it's gonna
because they so layered. I would literally have to go back and watch.
Yeah, I had one in my head when I first was going watching it, and after I finished it, and I had B-Dot winning.
I was about to say probably after I finished it, I liked B-Dot round better.
Right. That's how
I would have to watch it again to really pick a winner. Decipher.
I didn't really.
Chaos is super layered.
Yeah, I couldn't really pick from both of them rounds like that. Like it was. Like they did their thing, like they messed up, they were saying some shit, but like it really wasn't hitting like how I figured like it would hit. Like
actually both of them right, but the Kid Chaos more specifically, like it's weird because he's super layered with his writing, but he never writes with an ending that you feel like can be a haymaker. Right. It'll be like, that was tough.
Yeah,
but it's never like
it's never one of them.
It's never
like
smacking the
crowd.
crowd.
It ain't never one of those like that's fire.
Yeah,
like
it's like okay, that was tough. Like that's fine.
That one they gonna get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They gotta bring them back. They gotta bring Marco back.
Yeah, they gotta bring that shit. It don't be the same, yo. It do not be the same. When you say some hard shit, you get that Don DeMarco.
They gotta bring those shit back, yo.
Facts, but yeah, I got beat out with the
I like beat out a little bit.
All right, so we got the next one, and it is Holmesy the God versus Loso.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. That was one of my favorite battles, yo. Mainly because Loso cool. I really fuck with Holmesy, yo. Holmesy's so fire to me.
Holmesy, that fucking Nas line was fucking fire, yo. This is my first time really hearing I heard Loso before, but this Holmesy guy, this is my first time really hearing him.
He's from Jersey too. He's from like.
Yeah, he is from Jersey. He is from Jersey. Yeah, I remember that.
It's crazy. I couldn't remember the nigga name. I remember I was getting on a flight from Florida and I saw that nigga.
Oh, yeah.
And I went to say something. I'm like, bro, I could not remember this nigga name at the time. Because he's still like an up and coming battler. Like,
right.
He ain't really like known like that. But I always been a fan because he really fired, bro. He really got like pen crazy. He had my favorite bar was for the people who don't know, Loso is a Bible rapper, you would say. He's a
Christian battle rapper.
Christian battle rapper.
I don't know how this.
Loso fire though.
Yeah, low key.
He tough, bro.
Some of them angles don't be hit.
Yeah, some of them don't hit angler, and sometimes it's like I don't hit. He really got to hit with his angle. Christian battle rappers, it's such an easy angle to take against them.
Yeah.
Yo. Like it handicaps the shit out of them, dog.
Yeah,
like,
he was Holmesy was coming with that Bible angle too. That shit was crazy, yo. Y'all gotta watch this shit. Like,
bro, when the nigga was talking about Loso drink too much, he was saying something about Buster. He was like, who you think you are, Pastor Cavassier? Bro, I went crazy when you said that.
Yeah, nah, that shit
bro,
was
that
crazy.
shit was fire, yo. I had Holmes that clear.
Yeah, clearly.
Clear, yo.
That fucking Nas bar, that shit was fucking crazy, yo. That fucking Godson across the belly. I'm like, come on, yo. That shit was fire. But yeah, that was probably one of my favorite battles out of this whole
He had one of my favorite rounds that I like watching. Like I really enjoy watching this fucking round.
Yeah, facts.
Most of the round was cool, but it wasn't nothing memorable about it.
Yeah,
he was just cool.
He
always consistent. He always cool, or sometimes he's really good. But
yeah, it was just like, all right, yeah, I'm here. Let me do this and blah. But yeah, Holmesy came with the heat from the rip. So, all right, next one we got is Kid Slade versus Bad News.
I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't watch that.
Yeah.
That's all. I had no interest in him. I like News too, but Bad News is crazy. And I ain't watched the battle, right? So I'm probably I watched a little bit of it. Bad News not trash, but he just not fire. If that makes sense. Like,
nah, I could
he's decent.
He's decent.
He's decent, but like his setups and punches is always like same formula, and they be simple as fuck to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they be cool sometimes, but like he's mad aggressive. He just ain't.
I feel like he be too aggressive for it.
I might be lying. I might have watched his round because
I feel like he
a lot of like kid flips.
Yeah, I feel like he was like he be too aggressive, and then the bars don't be there
as hard as
it's
delivering it. Like
he be delivering it mad hard. The bars
kick it off like it's bar like that shit.
But this Kid Slade was first time hearing him.
First time hearing him do.
Yeah, he was throwing some shit out there, man.
A little bit of his shit. I just bored with that battle. I stopped watching it. I stopped watching that.
If I had to
pick, he had a couple of little things.
Yeah,
it was alright. I was like, alright, he might be kind of far a little bit, but he just wasn't. It just wasn't. It's just something about Bad News, bro. I've been trying to like that nigga.
I mean, I
had Madness too, and I just he battled on.
Yeah, I had Kid Slade winning this one. Yeah, I had him winning that one slightly, because I felt like his material is a little bit better. But all right, next one we got is Fonz versus Drugs. Drug shit was crazy.
Drugs was wild. He really been wild. He keeps saying this over his year. He was really wilding lately, yo.
And it didn't help that Fonz fucked up.
Fucking stumbled all through the round.
all through the round.
All through the round.
He
Fonz
made
fire though, but he
made it too easy for me, man.
Facts. Yeah.
he made
clearly beat him.
Yeah, Drugs clearly beat him.
Beat him like
His round was fire though. Drugs round was fire. So you can't be like, once you start, we said this before, once you start stumbling around and all that other shit, you gotta come back. And if you don't come back, it don't matter. It don't really matter what this other person said.
For a nigga, like when you fumble your words, and Fonz a puncher.
Mm-hmm.
So when you doing that as a puncher, you definitely not like you lost. Yeah. Because like punching is all about the setups and how you putting it together to make it a punch.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like when you fumbling and mixing words up and not getting it out clean, it just take all the steam away from the punch.
All of it. It take everything away from your
like
round.
You say a punch and you mess up and you gotta reset the little two bars you just said.
You gotta go all the way back 2 bars there, try to set that whole thing up.
Fix it like I don't hit.
It don't hit the same. You gotta say
a cool bar, but
you gotta say some real crazy shit to try to bring the crowd back into it.
Facts. I don't think he's still an up and comer like battler too. And I don't know. I don't feel like I like Fonz. I don't know if he got that it, cause like you get performances like that, but then if you watch him versus Lou Castro, bro, I'm talking about his second round was crazy. Like the end of his second round against Lou Castro, he had like 3-4 straight haymakers. Like straight, I'm talking about bar, crowd go crazy, another bar, crowd go crazy, another bar, crowd went crazy. So it's like you get that kind of like, that's the thing with punchers. Like you get those kind of performances and then you get this. It's a one rounder. But he a puncher who only had 5 days prep.
Yeah.
Where Drugs is known for writing 3 rounds overnight before battles.
I felt like 5 days was like enough for 1 round.
Yeah, but I don't write like that.
Alright,
you would never see Surf on the car for 5 days. 30 days already pushing it for him. Like, all right, that's what you were saying. The Surf used to battle what, once a year? Twice a year tops?
Come on, Surf. We need more Surf, man.
But that's the old, like, think about all the niggas we used to have. Like, first of all, it didn't used to be nearly as many events. You would get 3 or 4 events a year. So, like, and then, like, not all the battles would be on the car all the time. But a lot of times, them battles was only battling, like, twice a year. Unless you was DNA, Arsenal, and them, like, DNA might, if he want to, battle 30, 40 times a year. But,
I hear you, bro. All right, now we have the last one. Twerk versus real name Brandon.
You skipping that one too? It was trash. Big T versus Ace Amin.
What's up?
Big T versus Ace Amin.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
No, that's how trash it was.
Shit, I completely forgot about that one.
That's some trash. One I don't like. It's crazy. That's a battle where I don't like either one of these styles that much. And I try to like Ace, and I've given Big T chances for years. I just can't get into Big T. The only time Big T was fire to me was against Surf. And that shit's dumb old. That battle was dumb old. Like,
yeah,
they was like, in a damn sneaker store.
Yeah, Big T, his punches wasn't landing for me.
He mad, like the way he rap.
He unorthodox as hell. Like in his style of rap, like the way he tried to set up punches, it don't really hit like that.
All that flip you, blue block you, hit them with the block you, like
all that making up noises and shit. Like that shit don't do it for me, yo. Like,
bro, it's like, bro, it's not 2010s no more. Like. I had blue blocker playing bop, like nah. And then Ace, all we want to hear is bow. That's it. That's it. Like,
and then Ace, it just was boring to me. Like his
flow, the
his delivery,
when I put it to him, like his pace is so like that's what me. He rap like that every battle. It made me so hard to watch his battle, bro.
Yeah, bro.
It's for me anyway. It's so hard to watch his battle. And I think he cool. I don't think he. And neither one of them, bro, that battle was boring as fuck, bro.
I'm not even gonna pick a winner because I honestly
I had no
battle at all. Like, that was probably the worst one on the card.
It was. I couldn't get through the rounds. Well, it wasn't the worst one on the card, but
it might have been
second worst. We want to talk about the worst one on the card.
We had the last one, man. Twerk versus real name Brandon. This nigga Twerk, man. I just don't get it.
You don't know how the gorillas move out here. I go on my back. Llamas, bulldogs, eagles. This is zoo out here. This is the real name Brandon, yo.
Yeah,
I'm a real name Brandon, yo.
Nah, facts. You know what I mean? He ain't had to really bring no shit because Twerk already put himself in the grave. This nigga Twerk, man. I'll be vouching for him just because he's from the town and all this other stuff, but like some shit gotta give. Like this,
bro. That's what, bro. I told. Shout out to my cameraman. Told Josh this. After the surf battle? After the surf battle, I was like, bro, I can't do this shit no more, bro. I was like, bro, it's so hard to be a fan. Like, nigga, he from Trenton. Like, this nigga's from the same city I grew up in.
Exactly.
Like, you from the town. And it's like, bro, for years, bro. And I think this be everybody's beat. That's all we talk about. And, like, that's why I wanted to give real name Brandon his flowers first. Because that nigga did his thing. He wasn't, like, crazy, but he did his thing. He had some shit around. Like,
Right.
I really like real name Brandon. So he an up and comer.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like he kind of fucked his shot up. Because it's like, nobody talking about his round. And when it's a round-rounder, nobody talking about his round. Everybody just talking about Twerk fucking up.
Yeah.
And like, damn, he a new up and comer trying to get a little bit of stock and to get an opportunity to battle with New Jersey Twerk. And like you wear the biggest stars on URL. And then you do that, like.
Yeah, man, because people just like Twerk already
started.
Yeah. He already started to get like a name as like being someone that chokes.
He been had it.
Yeah, but once that start going on, and then you do something like this, where you don't even get through your round.
Bro, the thing is, bro, it ain't even like starting. He's been had it like that's what make it hard to be a Twerk fan 4 years, cause you'll get a performance like against Tay-Rock. Right. You'll get a performance like when he battled Loso, and then then you get the performances back to back when you battle
Verb.
He choked in that battle.
Yeah, but
he just was so good the last 2 rounds that people forget he choked in that battle in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
The crazy I don't know if he wrote it first, but I remember watching the interview and he said like when I heard Roll first, I was still like, even though I choked, I was like, I'm gonna win this battle because if he come with this all 3 rounds, he ain't gonna beat me. Right. But he did because he was crazy in that battle. But he also, bro, this is my problem with Twerk, bro. And he's my second favorite battle rapper behind Surf. Right? Surf my boy. Everybody know I fuck with Surf. But yo, he got everything, bro. I think the only thing Twerk don't do is freestyle. You talk about pen. Twerk to me is the only person who, if you look at the layers of his pen along with his performance and projection and delivery, he's one of a kind, because most people who perform as well as him or project or rap with that kind of high energy, they have like
pen be
like pens be like they can rap like Tay-Rock. Like Tay-Rock don't got no intricate pen. It's like a basic pen, but like it's fire from still will to still will. I'll give him a headshot. When we go around, that's my favorite Tay-Rock moment. That shit was fire. That shit was fire, bro. But like shit niggas like him, like that kind of, but he performed crazy, aggressive, like Twerk got all of that, but then also can write shit like mad intricate, like bitch, I headshot your mom's sister. I'll put one in the skull of your sis. Like that shit is like, bro, that shit is layered rapping when he do shit like that, and it's like, bro, that nigga's a unicorn to be able to do what he does and then still have a crazy ass pen, which is why he translate to the stage or the small room. Right. Because he writes so well, it don't matter where he at. And it's like, it's not over lyricized. I'll make that word up. To where like you gotta listen. Right. But like to where like if you in a big crowd, people can't catch it. Mm-hmm. Like JC and them, they pen you so deep where it's like you in a big crowd. That's why I don't get reactions, because niggas gotta watch him on cam and be like, oh shit. Right. Whereas Twerk, that shit still smack him in the face because the way he delivered. Right. It's like to watch this nigga. And what pissed me off worse is that, bro, His first ball was fire, yo. Like, his catch up with the bars he got out was fire. Like, it's just like, bro, he's sitting up there for 5 minutes. Like, I'm not going Jersey. I'm not going Jersey. I mean, I respect that, but at one point, do you start taking the battle serious? Yeah. I can't keep arguing for you.
Yeah, I don't know. What you think, man? Do you think this might be career suicide?
Fuck, he too big of a star. Bro, that's what I said, bro. The narrative right now is literally everybody's talking about what's wrong with New Jersey Twork and why he keeps choking in battles, as opposed to just saying, yo, real name Brandon did good. Yeah, talking about Twork, like, that's how big of a star he is, bro. Like,
I was actually looking forward to see what Twork had to say. But he can never even get it out. Now we ain't gonna know what he had.
He probably would. Well, who knows? He don't write, apparently. Apparently, he write it to keep everything in his head. But the problem is, Twork, he's on record saying, like,
he need to start writing.
For real, his preparation ain't good. He prepared right before battles, like, night, day of, or the day before and shit. Yeah, and it's like, the sad part is like, if you think about some of the most fire battles he had, he did that. Like against Verb. Right. He said he prepared like the night before. Against JC, he prepared the night before. And it's like, but it's like, when it worked, it worked. But when it don't work, it don't work. And it don't work more often than it works. Yeah. So what? And it's like,
you can see really what Twork could be made of if he really.
Every battle he came with, bro, he will be, bro. He's probably one of the most difficult battle rappers to beat because he do everything. Right. He do everything. I've never seen the Twork come with 3 rounds and you be like, nah, he lost. Every time you say he lose, it's because he fucking choked, getting his bars out, stumbling. he get every excuse in the world. And then my problem with Twork too is he be killing me. Is that like every battle like fuck up, and then like you'll see him in interviews and shit. Like this nigga disappears. Like after Surf, bro, he still don't got an interview talking about what happened with Surf. Like, nigga, you battled Sue Surf and dropped the ball. Yeah. Right after you, 30 days after you just went crazy with Tay-Rock. Mm-hmm. It's like you took Surf and was just like, like, that wasn't that. Like, bro, like, what, like,
get the shit together, Twork.
So, no, you wasn't in no interview explaining yourself. You wasn't tweeting. You wasn't doing nothing. So now you you just disappeared. And then you come here. Before this battle, he all in Spaces doing prank calls. Twitch is new shit on Twitter. They go down Spaces and shit. It's like audio talking or whatever. Shit weird. Shit entertaining though, because them niggas funny as hell. But they on Spaces doing prank calls, having debates with all of the battle rappers. Then you come in a band, and then you do this. You get barely 4 bars out, and you choke. So it's like, and it's like niggas is like, oh well, 5 days. I think who said this? It was a battle rapper who just said this about him. It was like, oh, 5 days prep. If you know he be choking, why give him 5 days prep? It's like, why accept the battle? And then to be like, oh, he didn't give himself enough time. It's like, but he was on fucking, he doing other shit. He partying. He on Spaces doing prank calls to fucking entertain you. He doing all this other shit, but writing his shit down, preparing for the battle. Mm-hmm. And then he getting his battle and he's still getting paid, but he's not getting no material out. Right. And it's like, bro, I used to be one of them people that used to make excuses for him, like, bro, nah, but when he do get off, it's like, nah, bro, like,
get this shit together.
Nah, bro. Nah, they need, bro, and it's URL fault. They need to make him sit. It's URL fault and it's other battlers' fault. Because every time he choke, it's, oh no, we got, right. It's excuses, all excuses. And I'm like, nobody else get treated like that. Like, nobody. When Surf was choking, people was on Surf choking. When Surf wasn't even choking, he just wasn't coming with thirds and was still debatably winning battles. Right. He didn't even choke against Lux. He just didn't perform with it. But you listen to what he said, he didn't even choke against Lux. Yeah, he didn't.
The shit was crazy, though. That was crazy.
He didn't. Against 40. They act like he choked. He didn't choke against 40. He just wasn't good. Yeah. I'm like, he choked. He didn't have a third against Nitty.
Nope.
Arguably won the battle. He didn't have a third against T-Top. Arguably won the battle. I'm like, bro, he had
T-Top. That Tar Heel.
So I'm like, bro, like, and then like, niggas don't even rip Twork the way it was ripping Surf. I'm like, y'all niggas trying to get this nigga all these excuses. Like, bro, he just don't. I'm like, bro, he don't prepare. He don't prepare. And that nigga got crazy talent. And fucking take it for granted, yo.
Twork, he could be a lot better if he actually took like the shit
Twork
serious.
Should be in the same space that Geechee is.
Right.
That's where he should be at because they came out around the same time.
Yeah.
And it's like every time he got one of them battles to be like, nigga, this one should like prove. Outside of the people like he's super respected. Every time he super respects somebody, he go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like JC, fucking Rock, like he go crazy. But it's like
these other guys,
he came out of bases. I don't think he's super serious. I don't think he super cared the battle surf, which is weird as hell.
Yeah.
I don't think he's super. It was just like it's surf, like that's nice on my resume.
Yeah, you got it.
A lot of people don't get surf on their resume.
Yeah, you gotta come prepared to. But honestly, you should. If you that great, you should be prepared for anybody. But
like,
if you won't be prepared for those type of guys, you definitely gotta be prepared for those type of guys.
Like all these excuses, I'm like, it's just Brian. He ain't the only one going through shit. Like, I don't know, man. You making the talent bad,
bad. Hopefully, the next battle is that you.
The
next battle, you gotta it gotta be a 30. I don't care who it's against. It gotta be a clear cut, no debate.
It's to
30.
the point now where it's like, if he battle, like it got like niggas like Roman Reigns, a rookie. That's who he got to battle, yo. Like, he don't give him no more fucking main stage back. Like, no, you're done. Like, for real. That's because you already let him do this shit. Like, y'all paying this man the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, nah, I'm not giving you no more.
Fuck man, let's get it.
Not headline nothing.
Let's get a twerk versus Daylight, man.
Nah, that's too high. That's too much.
I would love to see that done.
That'd be fire.
That'd be fire.
That'd be fire. But Daylight looked at it as like one of the hardest people to get now, like in the Lux area. Like that's not even. I don't know where this shit now or something. Daylight is revered that high, but.
Oh, you see him versus J-Rock?
But it's like, bro, one battle made you just this.
That was battle. Them rock flips was crazy. Them rock flips was crazy.
He always been.
I felt like I was so mad that battle wasn't like in the crowd. Because the crowd would have went like insane with the rock flips. It didn't
at the level that Daylight was rapping at. It wouldn't work for a crowd. That setting was perfect for them rounds he had. And Rock had some, like, if he's in a crowd, Rock probably clear him 30. Because the crowd, Rock had some shit in them battles. But what a crowd would have did,
if you was really listening,
Super had, that's the problem with a big crowd. With the kind of crowd.
If you was really listening, because I picked it up on the first watch, I picked that shit up. I'm like, yo, these rock flips is crazy.
It's super crazy. It's crazy. And I watched that about like 4 times, and every time I get shit that I missed the first 2 times I watched it. So it's like, bro, if you was, bro, I'm telling you, bro.
Oh man,
if they was in a huge crowd, he might still do good, but Rock might clear him. It's Rock with a crowd with them rounds he had. Yo, Rock had some crazy rounds against Daylight.
He did.
It's just Daylight left Earth. Bro, I'm like, that setting was perfect. It was no crowd. It was just straight raps. You ain't gotta worry about, cause think about while he was rapping, how he was going through his flow. Mm-hmm. Imagine him going through that and the crowd stopping him every time. And he got to go back a couple bars to get back to it. Right. And stop, like, bro, it won't work, bro.
I don't know.
I'm telling you, bro, that was the perfect setting for them rounds, yo.
I don't know.
Maybe, but maybe that, it was like, now we look at Daylight as some Lux type of character. I think they killed Lux, too.
They like Lux would be. They was trying to get that together, but I don't know
what's going on with that.
Yeah, but that should be crazy. That'd be a crazy battle.
I think he's, I don't, bro. Lux is fire. I don't think Lux has had as intricate a pen as everybody try to say he has since he's battled Hollow. Okay. Like since he's battled Hollow.
Him and Hollow versus Chester Rock was fire though.
That was fire.
That was fire.
Oh hell, racist.
Yeah, that shit was crazy, yo. I stood up on that one.
Bro.
I stood up on that one. I was like, what?
That shit was crazy, yo.
Oh,
that shit was crazy. That shit was super fire. But no, I think they like to beat Lux. I think a lot of people can beat Lux now. Like Lux and Mook.
I've been on like the last few battles. I really wasn't feeling Mook.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Since Mook came back, what was it, Summer Madness 2? 1, 2, I think it was 2. When he battled Iron Solomon and tried to do 5 rounds of it. He has never, in this era, Mook has never given a good performance until he battled Tay-Rock.
Yeah.
And that was for 2 rounds, the second and third round. He impressed. That was the only time I ever watched Mook in this era impressed me was against Tay Rock.
Yeah, I agree with
Other
that,
than
man.
that, bro, outdated shit, bro.
That's how I feel about. That's how I feel about Cassidy.
Cassidy's been garbage.
Super
Garbage.
I don't know how this nigga keep getting.
Bro, I don't even, cause he bring in money like the nigga is. I don't know, like he entertaining though. He
I don't know how
entertaining, bro.
he keep
But
getting.
he, bro, all that.
Him like
Shit I got will blow a hippo.
Bro,
The crowd cheer for that? You
Bro,
serious?
hell
Yeah, they
no.
2005.
Bro, that shit.
He done
trash,
said like that on the track. It was
But-
2005.
But the crazy thing is, with his battle with Hitman, the fucking shit, the shit before the battle was more entertaining than the actual battle.
Facts. I heard both of them was trash.
Yeah, they was.
I couldn't.
It's just
I only got
Hitman
like
was so garbage. Hitman was so garbage that Cassidy, it made Cassidy look good.
He another one. Love Hitman, but he all performance. Hitman has never had fire bars like that. He just performed like a money.
People really be saying that he like one of the, like the top five. I don't see it.
All time? He is, bro. You got Hitman one of them ones, yo. It's just if you just talking strictly pin, nah. But Hitman,
I get as far as like the
battles,
as far as the the longevity and the people call him the GOAT and all this other shit. I'm like, I don't know.
Nah, I wouldn't put him the GOAT, but I just hate like we put. It's a lot of people like Mook and Lux we put up here because of who they are.
Right.
Like obviously Mook is literally the person who started the like my rounds are gonna be crafted for you. It ain't just random bars.
Right.
I'm coming like with bars at you. Mook started that.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's like you basically kind of like crafted the way battle rap is today, based on who you was back then. But it's like when you come back, you're not as good. Like, I'm arguing with niggas talking about, oh, Mook easily beat Verb, and I'm like, bro, this nigga he did a corny ass. It was talking about a beer scheme or it was like, and then he had outdated bars. And I'm like, y'all niggas is telling me, like, what is he? He's not saying nothing. He ran for 20 minutes of nothing in the third round.
It's like
It's like, bro,
it's like the old uncle that used to have it back in the day.
Yeah, bro. And it's like, but the thing is, the fans still trying to make it seem like he be going crazy. And I'm like, bro, like it's even with the Tay Rock battle, right? Oh, he easy, right 30, and I'm like, bro, we're not gonna have like rocking that shit in that battle. Like, it's a debatable battle.
Not facts.
Now, Mook's second round was crazy, but I don't be another one who I always hit. I don't say always. T-Rex.
Yeah, I wasn't really big.
T-Rex. I like T-Rex like back in the day when it was just
Yeah,
there and rap.
and then
a little bit when it was like he'd have some battles like against Word where I was like, he was good, but like I always thought T-Rex was trash. I did. I'm like, he don't be saying nothing.
I hear you. Yeah, bro. We gotta wrap this up. You already know what to do, man. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I don't know. This might be something that might happen again in the future because we might have some more topics that our co-hosts ain't really feeling and all that other stuff. So we might make this happen again. This is another Lit Logic in the Zone collaboration. I mean, the first of many. You already know. Make sure y'all follow them and check their podcast out as well. All that good stuff. So until next time, peace.